But I've said, should you have any issue with your transformer, come to the office. It's our responsibility to get it fixed. That's a real problem. That's a real problem. Because I still, till last month, see people who come and say, our transformer got bad. We have got the material. We want to donate. The feeder manager is not aware. And you are donating to me. Why are you donating to me? If you go to do a census around, you find the customer saying they've collected 1,510 naira. I'm just using numbers from them. I'll say, no, that's not what we want. You have an issue, tell the feeder manager. The marketer is the closest to you. Tell the marketer. Should you think you are too busy, you don't want to do that, do a call to call center. Let us take it up. Yes, we'll call you and say, okay, let's look at the commercial value. We do that. But we will always tell you, do not pay. But some of these persons, I'm not mentioning names here, for lack of some of these offices, are some of the issues you see here. It would have been easier and everything will fine and dry. Just recently, I went somewhere and I stopped an activity that is ongoing. And calls have been coming. I don't want to call it a name. For me, it's not too relevant. So, some of these issues you mentioned are this, but find out. And again, the office is always open. Do you have such issues? Why not come? Meet the customer care. Tell them, I've not had light to this. I had light for like 1 week. The only thing we'll do is call the feeder manager to say, what happened here? And if the feeder manager is saying, yes, that's exactly what happened, the question will be, why did you prorate the billing? But if he's saying it's a no, then it's a no. Because the feeder manager and the marketer, they are the closest to you. Do you understand? That's how it works. Okay? So that's why you may see some of these comments. But like I said, we are very open and willing to discuss them. Very open and willing to discuss them. And when you talked about more means of reaching out, we are very happy. I'll make a public statement here, and I wish you look at it too. I've been very opportune to have some other discourse. If I had to put S, discourse, that I have been before I got here. Okay? And what we do with media houses, it's simple. Some of them have programs that they run. And as they're running this program, they invite us sometimes. We come to speak. We help them resolve some issues while they build their traffic, build their listeners, viewers. I don't know your KPIs. Yes, it does happen. Yes, we're willing to do one or two. Then you just mentioned it. But we are willing, as I'm saying this, to also support your cause. I don't know your KPIs too. Okay? We can't be on every radio and every TV station. But we'll be willing to take issues where they come and help you resolve them. Like I know Enyimba, you always have money program. I know the network when Charles, you're hiding your face. I also listen to your own. There are some I know. And if you're talking the electricity matter, I write the questions, some of them. I just keep them. If I'm traveling and I'm driving, I put on your radios, I juggle. You start your from 7 to almost 10. I know your timing. So I know you, your voice. I know. Thank you very much.
Make provisions for churches. Because our people obey and worship their pastors and their papas here. That is where they will now obey APL. Tell them the reason why Abba power has come to stay. They will listen. Again, in terms of the theft we mentioned over and over again, let's make use of the traditional rulers. I have a program I run on Thursdays. Tomorrow by 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. you can listen to Buzz FM. I call it Security Watch. The last time I spoke with a listening, he whispered something to me and I said, okay, no problem. I took it as a duty now. On my security program, I've always told my listeners, raise an alarm when there is vandalism. I've always done that right from last year. Tomorrow is still going to be there. And that's the reason why I always receive calls from Opa. We don't have light for 2 years now. We don't have light for 2 years now. Opa, 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 Opa. So when you make use of the traditional rulers, they are the mouthpiece of the people. They know those who live their communities. These transformers you mentioned where this vandalism happens is right there before them. They have a neighborhood security watch. Those are just my contributions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Usually about the issues of nutrition. I was at town hall meeting and someone allegedly brought a receipt showing that she bought a 77 unit for 8,000. And myself, I bought 77 units for 15,000 here. Well, no, most of these clarifications here, how true can that be? That 8,000 can provide 77 units. Why it takes 15K to provide 77?
Thank you very much. That's a very wonderful question. I'm sure my CEO will deal with that question. Punch, please. Your question.
Madam, just confirmation. Please listen carefully. I want to take it that the MD appeal to their customers to be patient with you. That you are only 2 years old and will continue to inform and educate them about these issues. And the low cost, whether it's efficient light is high. That you improve and that you are open, but then their complaints and suggestions. Or in other words, if not so, advise those who are complaining.
Okay, thank you. Who properly represented. But on the point of patience, I mentioned patience when I was talking about when you come in and report something that an incident that happened, that we will have to investigate that incident. Then, based on the report issued or that investigation, we'll correct it. It's not for them to, it's not a broad categorization of be patient with us, our services will improve. No.
Have improved and will continue to improve.
We've during her presentation, she made it clear that we've done very, very well. Yeah, it can be misconstrued that we are blowing our trumpets, but we've shown you during the presentation the things we have done that other discos haven't even done, even though they themselves came on board 2013 November after privatization. We took over this place and began to supply electricity 22nd no, September 2022. September 2022. That's when we started supplying electricity to Abari Fence. So we've since that time we've done a lot and we have continued to do a lot to improve power supply here. The substations I mentioned, about 7 of them, no other disco has built even one of such capacity. I'm not talking about the lines. I'm not talking about the line maintenance. Then I'm not talking about metering. Not me alone. 2 other persons here have mentioned the fact that there is no other disco in Nigeria today that is doing mass metering. And in my own comment, I said this year our target is 100,000 meters minimum, and that this month alone we have 11,000. This month is ending in a few days. 11,000, and it will continue like that. So do your investigations,
do your comparisons, you will understand why we say we have done well, right? So the patience, again, the patience I meant was when you come in and report a comment, expect that that report will be investigated, report issued, and then based on the investigation report, that fault will be rectified. Because oftentimes, like this, the COO said, oftentimes people compromise the system. Somebody who has direct supply in front of the building, and then by the side, there are other illegal connections. That's a problem. When you come in and report to us, we look at your record and then we send people, experts, to go and investigate what actually is going on, whether it's in your house, whether it's at the transformer, whether it's at the feeder, wherever it is, right? So that's what I meant by patience. So people don't expect us once, there's no magic wand we have. Once you come in, we just wave it and everything is fixed. Otherwise, we won't be doing what we are doing. So that's with respect to that. On the lady from National Ambassador, right? Okay. So there's a lot of things that government can do to assist us. We face several challenges. Apart from vandalism, we also have the issue of energy theft. It has been mentioned here and explained. So we believe that government can establish mobile courts, right? So that it's easy to prosecute these people. Let me give you a scenario. Sometimes, sometimes for communities that have their own vigilante, they catch vandals or thieves coming to vandalize their transformer. Sometimes they beat them up before we even come in. So when we come in, they want us to take these criminals. Of course, we are only a power distribution company. We are not law enforcement. So we get the police involved. Now, when police arrest these people, they turn back to us to come and provide for the cost of treating the people that vandalized our network. You put them in prison, the prosecution will go on. You know how long it takes to prosecute cases like that. We are bleeding. We haven't received justice. And it keeps going on and on and on and on and on everywhere. The chief technical has told you what happened in Okwa recently. So we believe that government can provide security to assist us in protecting these assets. We are doing our best in working with security agencies, and we have to commend them. But the truth is, we can't be everywhere at the same time, right? We can't prosecute the criminals. It's the job of the government, whether it's law enforcement, whether it's the judiciary, it's all government, not us. So these are a few things that we think with government cooperation, and we have to also commend the state government, this current administration. They are really doing a lot, especially in the area of way leave. Way leave is wherever our wires are passing through, we have to pay compensation to people who own properties along those areas, because one of the things we will tell them is it is not safe for you to continue to conduct your businesses under those lines. So you need to move. So we pay compensation. But oftentimes we are extorted in this process. Oftentimes our projects are stopped because of issues around way lives. But this current administration really has given us a lot of assistance with respect to that. So we can only ask them to continue to provide such assistance, because otherwise we are handicapped, because we can't do law enforcement, we can't prosecute criminals, and we can't. Um, yeah, that's the only way we can take care of the way live issues. So I think those are the issues.
Yeah, please, I just want to say something about our performance. It is on record that geometric is the only power company. The Minister of Power.
Let me know the figure. But it's not necessary now. We have various banks. If you will check the tariff ingredient, tariff component now, you see we have band A, band B, band C, band D, even in our buy. We have classified ours also as well in the band. If you look at the approval, you see there are bands. There are people in A, there are people in B, C, D, as well as E. Now, you fall into this bucket. That bucket also determines your tariff. It's not everybody that is 209 naira, 219 naira, 240. No. There are people whose tariff is lower. So the same thing with other discos. We are only looking at the peak because the escalation is the highest everybody is referring to. And because we also, in our thoughts, is to see to it that there is no discrimination in feeder. Every feeder will be on band A. That is where we are going. Because an average Abama, you hear somebody say, I only see light at night. I came yesterday, I didn't see light. You have not asked them, what band are you? Okay, so every disco has the same band, A, B, C, D, E. So the band, most likely for that customer, is band E. And maybe they'll say, if not F. I know F doesn't exist, but I'm just letting you to know. So that's what really may have caused that. And I know you are on band A. I know the other time you came here, you're on band what?
I'm not complaining.
In fact, you will go out and interview people. One substation, around this up. Remember it? You are the one that heard it, yes. So at the point that we are in that program, we have fixed around this up substation, and they keep on repeating it. I say, around this up, we replace their transformer that failed within a very short while. You understand? And we engaged it. That was when we employed this new LT maintenance team.
Yeah.
They went there and sanitized the network. I was eating. I was just hearing the program. I said, is this guy out to just I said I'll pick it up on with a decent. So thank God we are here. What I'm saying is that we need to verify certain facts. You understand? Even before aligning with the complainants. You understand? And because some people maybe they have an issue that lasted 1 week. They will say for 3 weeks.
Yes.
It doesn't even make sense. You know, always try to be objective in our reportage and our business. So that is
for
that.
places where you also want us to come in, like we normally would do.
Yes.
We will come in and have that conversation.
Very important, very important. And also, I don't know, maybe I stepped out on the issue of vandalism. You know, that's one that pinches me more. So I will also help you, since you interfere with even the government.